just that close together. They're all that good. So
I think Kobe Minor would be a really good Battlehawk player down in St. Louis.
Yeah, because they call the UFL like the 54th man because each roster's 53. So the guy that just misses it, they all play in the UFL, but they're all really good. I've been watching the UFL this year. Those really tough games. They play their hearts out. I mean, they don't make the money that the NFL does, but those guys make it. I think they'll expand and get more teams. But it's fun watching those guys too. It's weird not having these extra points. You have these 2-point conversion, 3-point conversion, and then 1 point from that. It's different, but at least it's more fun and it makes the spring entertaining too.
Yeah, so I've been watching a little bit of UFL this season. I'm a big St. Louis Battlehawks guy because it's closest to me. But what have you been thinking about the season so far?
Oh, it's fun. The DC Defenders are a lot of fun. They got good defense, and I like defense.
Yeah.
And the Battlehawks have the best fans. I mean, if everybody could draw as well as the Battlehawks, it's incredible. But they draw like 35,000 there.
I know, which is crazy.
Edward Jones Dome. Yeah, most of them are 10 or 12. But hopefully they get their attendance better, and hopefully maybe expand 2 teams a year and get up more teams in that and build up. Because if they can get like 30 teams, there's enough talent around. Yeah. They'd all fill their rosters up. But I enjoy the UFL too.
Because there's 8 teams right now in the UFL.
Right.
It's pretty balanced in the standings so far. Like DC is 3-1. What is that? Arlington.
Yeah.
Arlington's 3-1. The Battlehawks are 3-2.
The Renegades, right?
The
Arlington.
Yeah.
The Renegades?
Yeah,
playing
Renegades.
Right now.
The Defenders and Renegades, I follow both of them pretty good.
And
they're
San
playing each
Antonio,
other.
the Brahms.
They're horrible. They're 1-3.
Yeah, it's because the Rockets.
Memphis isn't doing very good.
Memphis is 1-4. Houston's 1-3. Birmingham's 3-2, and MIC.
That's
Is that Michigan?
Michigan, yeah. They're pretty good. But Bob Stoops is one of those Arlington, right?
Yep.
They got, and then that Wade Phillips is one of the
Wade Phillips, yes.
So they got some big time coaches and stuff. And they keep building it. People keep coming. They'll build the league up.
It's nice to have some of those older NFL coaches that were, like pretty good head coaches in their peak. Also, I think going to the Battlehawks, they play where the Rams used to play.
In the Edward Jones Dome. And so it's nice having indoor. Most of them are open air soccer stadiums.
Yeah.
But they get that dome. Like Bahamas do too, the Alamo Dome.
Yeah, the Alamo Dome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, to go back to the draft and stuff, what are your thoughts on the fact that Shador and Travis Hunter, none of those guys they decided not to play in the Alamo Bowl this year against BYU?
Well, that certainly hurt them because BYU was really ready for that game.
They came out to play.
Mm-hmm. And I think they underestimated them because everybody was picking Colorado. And I know, Justin, you picked BYU. And I think BYU was ready. They looked tough. We saw them in Provo, and then we knew how tough they were. Of course, CU was tough too, but you should play in your bowl game because if you miss a chance, you don't get the chance back again. You can always play pro ball later. Play in that bowl game.
Yeah.
Like U of A didn't have that Jordan Morgan, and we needed him in the Alamo Bowl because we couldn't run on OU.
On that left side.
Yeah. And we almost lost that game because of that. We got those 6 turnovers.
Luckily, Gunnar Maldonado was...
Pick 6 was huge.
Yeah. That was saved the day. But you really, if I were playing and I got to go to a bowl, I'd be all jacked up wanting to go to that bowl because you can always play pro ball later. Play in the bowl because you don't get a second chance. I saw Michigan State went to the Rose Bowl once and their star linebacker bailed because he was worried about pro. We would turn down a chance to play in the Rose Bowl. You don't get a second chance.
The Rose Bowl is one of the most notorious bowl games of all time. To play at the Rose Bowl Stadium under the lights.
Yeah, and he doesn't
on New Year's Day.
Yeah, so play in the bowl. If you go to the NFL or UFL, you get to play there. But always play in the bowl, and that hurts CU and BYU cleaned up because you get a bowl trophy. You get, they remember you, and so I hope that, remember we did that podcast, you and me, Justin, and I said of all the national championship teams in the playoffs, they all went in the portal and didn't play. We couldn't even have the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because remember that one team had to bail out Tulane or one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough players. Marshall I think it was.
Yes.
They had to forfeit their bowl berth, and Louisiana Tech went in their place because they didn't have enough players. So play in the bowl for crying out loud. That's what the whole reward is. It's a reward.
It was like everybody thought Christian McCaffrey was going to sit out in the Rose Bowl game against Iowa.
Yeah.
Instead, he played and had 400 all-purpose yards and murdered Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, don't blow a chance to do it. when you have that chance, you don't get it back again, and you take the chance. And that's my feeling. I'm passionate about bowl games.
Do you think Shiloh will get picked up as an undrafted free agent?
Sanders' brother.
Yeah.
Well,
Shador.
you know what?
I think he already did.
I think they kind of have these teams have kind of picks ready to offer unrestricted free agent because they can go anywhere they want and they'll pick them up. But yes, Alex, I think
Buccaneers.
he would.
Yeah.
Somebody will pick them up.
Justin's
Bay.
right. The Buccaneers picked him up.
There you go. So there's a lot of guys that were just right underneath the draft. It's kind of like you need 8 rounds,
Yeah.
really, because there's enough players to go around. But yeah, I totally agree. It came true. Tampa Bay took him. So yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I wanted to talk about that came out is this morning, this afternoon, or sometime yesterday, Packers picked up. One moment here. I don't know why I can't. Oh, here we go. So the Packers picked up undrafted free agent Brant Banks. Originally played for Nebraska, but then went to Rice. He's going to be a big, good offensive tackle. He's like 6'7", 330, like the dude, Anthony Belton from NC State.
You need guys that big nowadays.
Yeah.
Because Philadelphia sets the bar high, and every guy's got to be 320 or more.
Yeah, I love that. I love that pick actually for Green Bay because he plays the same position as Jordan Morgan. And I hope that Jordan Morgan is healthy and can play this season because I love Jordan Morgan. But having Anthony Belton and now Brant Banks, those are 2 great pickups for the Packers.
That's the blind side, left tackle. Most important position on the thing. We learned that, of course, in the movie.
Yeah.
He is the blind side. You got to protect your quarterback, and he's your guy. So if he does well, Green Bay will help him keep him in the upper echelon because you know how tough it is in that NFC North is rough.
Chicago has decided to actually form some of the squad.
Well, they're going to be tough too because they know what they got to deal with all these other teams. In
Also,
the division.
Scotty, were you watching round 1
of the
draft?
Briefly, yes.
Did you see what Clay Matthews did?
What did he do?
So, can I play this or will it get copyrighted?
What is it?
It's the intro of the NFL draft, what Clay Matthews did.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Okay, one moment here. You guys can continue to discuss while I pull this
We can
up.
play it up on the screen.
Yeah.
While Alex is pulling up that video, so far in the NBA, Oklahoma City swept Memphis.
Yeah,
No
who
shocker
would've
there.
guessed?
No shocker.
John Morant had no grenades to throw.
Denver and the Clippers are tied 2-2 apiece. That series is going 7.
Then going 7. Mhm.
Minnesota is up 2-1 on the Lakers.
There's 4 games today.
That could-
Yeah.
The first game tipped off an hour and a half ago.
Knicks Pistons right now. Pistons are up by 4. Pistons have to win that. They can't go down 3-1.
that Lakers Minnesota could go 7. That is a tough battle. Minnesota's no pushover.
That one could go 7, and then the Rockets Warriors could go 7 too.
Definitely.
Yeah, they beat the. Did you see how that game ended last night?
Yeah.
Steph went on a tear. They beat the Rockets without Jimmy.
And they were behind, but the Rockets
Yeah.
were ahead and they came back.
They were down like
Also, the
20 or
the
something.
Clippers Nuggets game yesterday was insane.
Aaron,
the Clippers.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, the Clippers were down by 22 points to start the 4th quarter. They came back and took the lead with 59 seconds left. And at the end of the game, shot clock's off. Jokic has the ball with 19 seconds. One possession before that. The Clippers are up by 1. Jokic turns into Hakeem Jokic. Does a little post move 3 times, spins back, hits it, tie game. They come down, miss a shot. Jokic grabs the rebound and then throws up I'm not sure if it was a lob or just shoots it, but it's a horrible shot. Aaron Gordon caught it and put it in at the buzzer.
While it was sounding, yeah.
While it was sounding.
Wow. And so he got it.
He got the game-winning dunk, first time ever in
Yeah.
playoff history.
Game-winning dunk. Hakeem Jokic Olajuwon is a new form.
It's a tap-in dunk, basically.
Yeah, he turned into Hakeem Olajuwon last night in the 4th quarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got this video pulled up here.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
already pretty wild now. We're just early in the playoffs.
In the East, it's pretty much chalk. Like Cavs are gonna sweep.
Bucks and 7.
Unfortunately, maybe that'll happen. Pistons.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
And then Celtics are gonna beat those dirty fucks, Magic. I hate Orlando.
Well,
They're always injuring our players.
He is biased towards Boston.
Jalen Suggs' girlfriend is hot, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. So
Shout out TCU.
Yeah, it's gonna be it'd be interesting. You know, the Bucks and Pacers, and then Cavaliers. Now, the Cavaliers have got that pretty much got that in the bag.
What did he do?
Hey, Scotty, you're gonna love this.
What?
This is right as the draft is starting.
Roger, but I just got off the phone with the President Donald Trump. He asked me to pass a message along to all 32 NFL franchises. So let me tell you what it reads here, all right? It says, "My fellow Americans, the Bears still suck." Let's
Oh, terrific.
I'm sorry, Roger. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
What a way to start it.
So this is who they had. So they all wrote out. So you know the bike riding tradition, obviously. So before the draft started, they had Roger Goodell, Mason Crosby, James Jones, Clayton Matthews, Lil Wayne, Amon Green, and Jordy Nelson all ride bikes onto the stage to start the draft. And Roger Goodell is like talking about the start of the draft, blah, blah, blah. Nobody likes Roger Goodell. Then Clay Matthews gets on the mic and does that. And then the crowd in Green Bay erupted.
Oh my. What a way to start the draft.
USC legend right there. In my opinion, he's a top 5 defensive player of all time for the Packers.
Was he an edge? Or yeah, I thought he was.
Clay Matthews, Super Bowl winner.
Really good, yeah. He's a really good player.
Long, luscious California hair.
So, and he played at USC.
Yeah,
Okay.
go Trojans. He also
Yeah.
played for the Rams.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was a fun draft to see, and I love to see all the highlights. Of course, Mel Kiper Jr. is Mr.
Oh,
Draft
God.
King. He's so passionate, and the other guys help out too. But he's been doing it since '84, and you should see some of the pictures back then. He was passionate back then. Very good describing all the players and that. It's a lot of you're very educational, and you are entertained too.
Mel Kiper,
yeah, Junior.
Yeah, he felt a little something about Shedeur clearly because
Pissed.
he was screaming on one of the broadcasts
Yeah.
about how Shedeur hadn't been
Well,
drafted.
because they all underestimated his pick. Nobody thought he'd be drafted 5th. And I can see Mel Kiper. Why isn't he taken? You know?
And him and Field Yates were going at it.
Yeah. So, well, they all got drafted, and
Yeah.
hopefully they make their teams and they all improve. Because I think based on the teams, they all improved.
So can we give a big shout out here to Lee Corso?
Oh, yes. I learned a lot, but I had fun learning it.
Yeah.
To sum it up, because he was a one of a kind of all the sports figures. There's a lot of colorful sports figures, you know, John Madden and
Jim Nance.
there's tons of them, but Lee Corso is tops.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody will come close to him. I mean, he rides off in the sunset with the Oregon Duck mask on a motorcycle and dresses up like Ben Franklin. I mean, he's got it all, you know.
He also put on the Nittany Lions full costume.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
oh, he's the best, and I think he'll be missed. And I mean, I could study his tapes for years and not even come close to him. I mean, me claiming to go tear down the goalposts at Vanderbilt is about as close as it gets, you know. I could not match Lee, but he's a good guy, and he'll be missed. And Florida State, you know, Florida State got it twice because they had that shooting, which we all pray for everybody in Florida State. But Lee Corso went to Florida State.
Yeah.
He was Burt Reynolds' roommate, by the way.
Whoa.
So we pray for Florida State
Go
and
Seminoles.
be thankful that Lee was a Seminole,
Yeah.
and we all stick up for the Noles. Everybody was
Yeah.
sticking up for him. So, and I like that picture of all the other Florida teams in that one big picture.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, we'll miss Lee, and college game day won't be quite the same. I mean, they got some pretty colorful guys, but somehow they'll fill it in, and somebody ought to try to get the headgear, and that'd be
Yeah.
fun. But he was a good guy, and I'll miss him.
Yeah, he's damn near 90. Like he I mean, he should live the rest of his life in peace, and
Yeah.
he forever changed college football.
And you need people to help bring good spirits, and he brought good spirits to everybody associated with college football.
Yeah.
He was the front man, and I mean, there's a lot of good personalities over the years, but he had a good personality, and he was fun, and everybody loved him.
Yeah, Justin really got me into college football, watching game day every Saturday and stuff. And So I think Lee Corso is awesome. I think Pat McAfee is probably the best thing that's going to happen to College Game Day.
He's like his modern day
predecessor.
successor. Yeah.
Because of his high energy, high octane style. So it just depends how good chemistry with all of them. Is that coach from Alabama?
Nick Saban.
Is he going to do that anymore?
I think he might do it again.
He's still doing it?
Because he does like, he'll go on Pat's show, like, I don't know if it's weekly anymore, but Saban does go on to the Pat McAfee show frequently.
Okay, because I like Nick Saban. He has tremendous wisdom. I love to listen
Slick
to him
Nick.
too.
Yeah.
Slick Nick. But he's good.
Very
And,
analytical mindset.
But yeah, but I like all those guys and all the broadcasters, all the players, coaches, everything. Of course, when you're in the podcasting business, you tend to have a certain reverence for all these guys because we cover them and we love them all, and they're fantastic people.
I think Desmond Howard is also great for game day.
Oh yeah, he knows his stuff. He's
Desmond
fun.
Howard is great, also a Super Bowl MVP. Go
Mhm.
Pack.
Yeah, didn't he win a Heisman?
Yeah.
He won a Heisman too. Yeah.
You know, him and Charles Woodson are some of the only players to ever win the Heisman as a defensive player.
Very rare. You're right.
Oh wait, no, he was a wide receiver.
Right
Wait,
receiver.
Yes.
Yeah, but still,
yeah, Charles Woodson.
it's usually running backs and quarterbacks.
Yeah, sorry, Woodson is the only defensive player to
That's
ever win the Heisman.
right. But yeah,
Go Wolverines.
yeah, Michigan, they great tradition over the
Yeah.
years, won many games, and that. So, but it was been an interesting draft and a lot of stuff this year with the UFL basketball playoffs, Lee Corso
Masters was epic.
and Masters. Oh yeah, that was tremendous. Overtime, wasn't it overtime?
Yeah, one sudden death hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those guys,
Justin
and they're so
Rose and
passionate.
Glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll touch on that here because completing the career Grand Slam in golf is like one of the most hardest achievements to complete in all of sports outside of completing the Grand Slam in tennis. And so Rory's now one of only 6 players to ever do it. Tiger Woods being the only person to ever hold all 4 consecutively at the same time. Nobody's ever done that before except Tiger Woods. I'm not a fan of Rory, but I have to admit what he did is definitely helping the game. He has stood up for the PGA against LIV. I absolutely hate LIV. It's the worst thing to happen to golf. It's disgusting. So I support Rory in that, but like I'm all USA because of the Ryder Cup, and so he's been a not a staple individual for the Europe team. Like he's lippy, he's mouthy. Like it's to an extent, it's too much for golf. But I do give him props because completing that it's probably not going to happen again in our lifetime.
Yeah, to get that green jacket, they all want to get that green jacket, and so that's incredible there in Augusta, there, Georgia. It's really cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous. I'd love to go there sometime, and we can walk the course and see
Yeah,
that. That'd be
Master Lottery opens every year from June 1st to like June 20th.
and
I've
then
entered-
tickets go real fast.
Yeah,
No.
well, you enter the lottery, and then if you get picked, then you have to buy the tickets. Also, the thing about the lottery is they choose the days that you go, so it's like all random because that's how like lucrative and like it's how hard it is to go to the Masters.
Okay, it's that high up on the
Yeah.
echelon. It's kind of like Super Bowl of golf, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was enjoyable watching it, and those guys really did
also,
a job.
During the main 4 days of the tournament, you're not allowed to bring your phone on the course. They don't allow phones to uphold the standard of golf and what Augusta is about.
Not distracting for the players. Gentlemen's game, no distractions, let them play.
Also, they're not called fans there; they're called patrons. Patrons is a more
Diplomatic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you like chirp at a player or like mess with them, you get kicked out.
Yeah, it's not like these other sports where they go a little nutty. It's the gentleman's game. You just behave yourself.
Yeah. And the best thing about Augusta is their prices never change for their drinks. Like pimento cheese sandwich is like $3. Breakfast sandwiches are $4. Beers are $2. Like it all stays the same.
Stays the same.
It's not these ridiculous sporting prices where beer is $30 and chicken tenders are $20.
So they keep the prices down, but it's so tough to get a ticket.
Yeah,
It's just
you
the way
spend
it
all the
goes
money to get there. So
to
they
get
don't-
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to watch that too. It's been an interesting spring with basketball. The NCAA playoffs were wild. You know, to have Florida come out and do it, and everybody was predicting these other teams, and they slip in and do it. And they're the first team to win 3 titles in basketball and football.
Duke choked.
Yeah. And so there were a lot of good teams. You know, I thought, who was the one that beat Duke? Or
Houston.
Houston. I thought Houston was going to take it, but then Florida got it.
That last
So-
play of the national championship was just a joke.
Yeah.
Not even getting a shot up.
Yeah, he jumped up and he dropped the ball, and somebody else had to get it because it had been double dribble.
I thought that was called an up down.
Well, if he had gone up, but he dropped the ball, but he can't get it again because it would have been traveling or ups and down or whatever. But Houston they got caught at their own game. They usually play such good defense. They get the guy, and they got Duke, but then they got caught. They couldn't shoot at the end, and that's what did them in. But the Big 12 got some respect. You know, we won a lot of games, and Arizona and everybody got to the second round that made the playoffs except KU. But still, we managed to get some to the third round. So the Big 12, I think, had a winning record in the playoffs. So they got some respect in both football and basketball in this season, postseason, and that. So hats off to the Big 12, but congrats to the Gators there in Florida to win their third basketball title. And I would like to go to Gainesville. I mean, I've never been to Gainesville. That's one of my must-see. I know, Justin, you pointed that out. So, and of course, now with Miami, I want to go down there. So pretty much got to go to Florida now and visit. So
Have you been to Jacksonville?
no, yes, it's at the end of I-10. So you go I-10 from Jacksonville to Santa Monica, California, all the way through.
What about Tallahassee?
Yes, because we went 10. We went South Florida State, saw Doak Campbell Stadium.
Oh, not really?
I've been there. I've been there.
That's
Not to a
awesome.
game, but
Oh,
just traveling.
yeah.
But I haven't been to Gainesville. I've been to now Orlando with UCF, and I want to go to Miami, and I want to go down. Well, Tampa I've been to, but not to the stadium. But down where Florida Gulf Coast is, isn't that Fort Myers somewhere?
FGCU,
I want to go see Florida Gulf
I've been to
Coast.
that campus.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful place. They've got like live swamps on campus for like the testing of like one of those majors that do that stuff. Like they've got like alligators and crocodiles on campus.
Yeah, and Florida Atlantic and Boca Raton there. That'd be neat to go there.
And
too.
FIU.
FIU, yeah. That's in Miami, right?
Yeah, down in South Beach.
So there's like 7, 8 schools down there. I'd like to visit them all. And I got UCF, finally got to see a game there. First time I've ever seen a football game in Florida. So I was so glad to go. Now that we have UCF in the Big 12. I mean, when we got in the Big 12, I said, we get a Florida team. I said, this is cool. So I couldn't wait. So I want to go to Florida. Don't you want to go to Florida, Justin?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Also,
Alex, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to Florida.
We're
and
there.
also, I'm going to get Justin and Scotty up to Ames this season for Iowa State, Arizona, up at Jack Trice.
I'm going to see that. Plus, Cincinnati and Houston, we get those are new teams. Never
Yeah.
been to Cincinnati or Houston, so it's like this is great.
This
It's
is-
like icing on the cake getting in the Big 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, can't wait. And West Virginia, I cannot wait to go to Morgantown.
Oh, yeah?
We don't play them for at least one more year or two to get to Morgantown.
Hopefully you don't run into any mutant cannibals like that movie Wrong Turn.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Morgantown, we're looking forward to going to Morgantown. So yeah. But, yeah.
Any closing thoughts on the NFL draft or sports as at large?
It's been an exciting spring, and all the sports, college basketball, pro basketball, football with UFL. I hope the UFL sticks around because the spring ball, they come and go. They fold a league up, they start a league, fold a league, get some stability. They merge the two of them. Hopefully they can get stable and get up to maybe 30 teams.
What about you,
Go
Rob?
slow though.
Yeah.
What about you?
Overall, it was the draft this year. I mean, it was cool to watch. I love Green Bay, so I loved it for that. But the draft class this year, in my opinion, just hasn't been like others. I mean, obviously it's talent through and through because they're in the NFL, but like I just feel like this draft class kind of lacked a little bit compared to previous NFL drafts.
Well, I always look at when Porzingis was drafted by New York, and those New York
Yeah.
fans just landed on him. And I always think, give the guy the benefit of the doubt, because even those lower 6th, 7th round guys, watch out, because Tom Brady was a 6th rounder. So
Tyler Luke.
wait
Yeah.
until you see. And well, kickers normally get 6th or 7th, but give them all a chance.
Yeah.
Don't dump on them because it might be like Tom Brady. So let them have their chance, and if they were drafted low, they might make a break.
Do you think Tyler Loop could break Justin Tucker's record for longest kick in a game?
What was it, 63?
3.
Tyler's kicked, in practice, he's hit 65-yarders.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, hasn't he, Justin?
He's 70.
Now,
What?
in Tucson, we have turf. We do not have real grass like ASU. We have turf.
Oh, that's good. That's
So he-
even another thing why Arizona's better than those.
They
Sun
can
Devils.
kick them a mile, because isn't Baltimore, I assume, turf, right?
No,
Or is it grass?
Baltimore's grass.
It's grass.
It's outdoor stadium. Yeah.
Well,
It's a
okay.
mix. It's a mix.
It's a mix. Okay, because they got turf in Tucson years ago, and so he's kicking on turf. So we'll see how he does. I know there's still a lot of grass fields, but let's see if he can bomb a 65-yarder and that. But there's so much potential with all the teams, and I'm excited about all of them.
Yeah, so really quick, just to kind of reflect on last year, because last year the first 3 picks were all quarterbacks, and 1, 2, and 3, Williams, Daniels, and Drake May. How would you how would you rate their career so far up to this point, Scotty? Like based off their rookie year.
Now Drake May went to
New England.
Yeah.
New England. Okay, well they're going through a big transition. They got rid of the coach.
Yeah, the black head coach. What's his name?
Well, they got a new
Jared
one.
Mayo.
Warren Sapp.
Now they got Mike Vrabel.
Okay,
They
because
used to have Warren Sapp, right?
right, and then they had the coach that won all the Super Bowls. and all
Yeah,
that.
Belichick.
He's at North Carolina
Belichick.
now.
He moved, and they've had to go through transition with having these new coaches
Now
and
there's
stuff,
Vrabel.
and it's hard and with all those because they had so much high expectations. With Brady gone now, Belichick gone, just have to rebuild.
Yeah. Also, really quick, something I wanted to touch on is Gino Arenema is now the most winning head coach in basketball all time.
At Connecticut Women's.
Yeah, made it to 13 national championships and won 12 with 25 Final Four appearances.
And how many wins does he have?
12, made it to 13 national championships and has won 12.
And 112.
Yeah.
And he's the winningest
Head coach
of all time.
in terms of national championships.
Oh, that's right. He'd be ahead of John Wooden then.
Yeah.
Just barely.
The greatest college basketball coach of all time, Gino Arenema.
Wow. Well, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, no sweat.
Yeah.
That's good. And he's still there, isn't he?
Yeah, they just won this year.
And so he didn't think about retiring at all. He wants to keep rolling
No,
along.
he's going to keep going because he's still got some star players on that team on UConn for next year.
Well, yeah, as we were talking when we did the Celtics video, we talked about how UConn won all those championships.
Yeah.
And they won them in men's. They won 6, I think, haven't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Gino's won rings in 4 different decades.
That's a record.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, congratulations to Coach. I mean,
Yeah.
that's incredible. They'll probably name the arena after him. No sweat.
Oh,
He
for
retires
sure.
it.
And
It's
now I'm
easy.
excited to go to a Dallas Wings game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Star point guard Paige Beckers.
Okay.
For UConn.
And what arena do they play? The same one the Mavs do, or no?
They play at I think UT Dallas's arena.
Arena. Okay.
I'll double check though because
Well,
I
we'll
don't.
have to take a trip to Dallas then.
But they're playing. The Wings are playing the Fever in Dallas, and that game is at American Airlines, which is where the Mavericks play.
Oh well, probably they're
For-
drawing well enough to
yeah.
play there then. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let's see here. They play. They play at College Park Center in Arlington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All
they
right.
play where UTA plays. Texas Arlington.
Oh, Texas Arlington. Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's where they
there.
play.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stadiums and arenas and that they can choose
yeah.
from. Okay. Good. Well, women's
Anything else?
WNBA is really picking up.
Yeah.
They're
Good. It's good
they're
for
growing
sports,
well.
right?
Oh yeah, with Title IX in the '70s.
Yeah.
They're finally because like Pat Summitt wouldn't have to carry. She'd be her own equipment
He'd be her-
manager.
yeah.
But nowadays they get everything.
Pat Summitt's also a legend. She passed from a horrible disease in Alzheimer's, but Pat Summitt will go down as an unbelievable head coach.
One of the top coaches of all time.
Tennessee.
UT. She was big time
Yeah.
volunteer.
So
Yeah,
the lady volunteers were good under Pat Summitt.
all the time.
Alzheimer's is just a horrible disease. It
Yeah.
kills a lot of people. So
But she was really good coach.
yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Go
back.
Yeah. You excited for the road trip back home, Scotty?
Oh yeah. Yeah, as a reward for Justin's getting his double degree, he has 2
Yeah.
degrees. We're gonna make a roundabout trip, and we're gonna go through South Dakota and visit Mount Rushmore.
Oh, nice.
Never been to neither one of us have been there. I said, we'll add a new state and then go down Wyoming and see Casper and them. And we may go by Laramie again. You know, the
Yeah.
university's there. Hit Colorado.
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
and then-
Josh
and then
Allen.
in New Mexico. So a little roundabout way home, but real delighted to have this broadcast here in Lamona. It's our second one. Our Packers was the first.
Yep.
And Lamona is a wonderful community, and Graceland's a wonderful school.
Yeah, I'll be down in. If we don't record again, but I'll be down in Scottsdale this fall, and we'll have to pre-record a couple so we have some for the audience.
Oh, definitely. Scottsdale is an incredible
I love
community.
it. The
Mhm.
Fashion Square
Yeah.
is a great place.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible place. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that about does it for
Yeah.
another episode of the Brotherhood Ballad. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.